Hey everyone! Welcome back! I am back today with more My Hero Academia, and boy, did everything happen last episode. So if you are watching this early, it means you are one of my awesome patrons. Thank you so much, and I am sending you lots of hugs through the screen. If not, still thank you so much. I hope you will consider supporting me that way. The link to my Patreon will be in the description below. Sorry, I had a hard time putting all those words together. Sometimes words are hard. Especially when you're this excited to see another episode. So let's talk just a little bit about last episode because it just felt to me like everything happened. We've had this arc with the licensing, and it's all kind of gone along at the pace that I would expect for an exam competition arc. It was really, really good, really well done. I liked the results. I liked that, if there was something that happened during the exam, they did reflect that in the results. It wasn't just oh, well, guess what? Because it's UA, just everyone passed. It wasn't like a cliche or anything like that. I mean, there really were a couple folks, even from UA, who hey, you know what? We're gonna give you another shot, but not this time. So that was really well done. But then. So I really was expecting kind of a wrap up to the licensing arc. I was not expecting everything that happened to happen. And I think that's what made it so great and so much fun to watch. I just want to go on the record as saying I never liked Cammy. Never liked her. I knew there was something I didn't like about her. I'm going to pretend now that I had some, kind of sixth sense about, I knew there was something wrong with her and that it wasn't just I was overprotective of Izuku and my ship. I'm going to be yeah, that's just me. I'm just making predictions all over the place because you guys know how my predictions usually go. Yeah. So anywho, that was that shocked me so much that it took me a second to even realize the gravity of the fact that the next scene we were seeing All for One again. And that scene was very, very well done and very creepy. And it had a real I don't know, there was something about it that had that Hannibal Lecter talking to you from behind the prison bars but still in control the whole time kind of vibe. And I was scared. I was scared the whole time. I didn't know what was going to happen. But it seems like a lot of those events are still going to be playing a big role, I guess, maybe in season 4. We know that, oh wow, now I'm going to forget his name. The hand guy. Really? I had his name the whole entire arc. Shigaraki. There we go. I didn't even have my shirt on. Not that he would have been on my shirt, but so we know that he's still that whole scene. They're still at large. So I know that'll probably be coming back around sooner or later. So we'll see. I like the way they've set everything up. I feel like we're still gonna have some encounters with the whole League of Villains, and maybe even with All for One. He's still there. He's still alive. And then the challenge occurred, the fight challenge at the end of the episode. And I have a lot of mixed feelings on this because in a way it makes perfect sense that our journey with Izuku and Bakugo would have led us to this moment. It really does. It makes perfect sense. So much of this started with these two. They have, well, if you're not counting All Might and All for One, they have one of the oldest relationships on the show. If I'm remembering that right. And it plays such a big role. Their past has played such a big role in each of their journeys into this UA environment. They've influenced each other a lot. And, I think it could be argued that even a lot of the premise of the show kind of started with Izuku and Bakugo because there was that moment way back, way back, where, Izuku saves Bakugo, and that's kind of when All Might takes notice of Izuku. So it kind of got me thinking, like this morning, I was kind of thinking that over, and I was like, oh my God, can you imagine a world where, like, if in that moment Izuku had not made that decision, if his body had not acted for him, and All Might had not noticed him, who would have, like, somebody else would have gotten one for all. Like, it would have been a totally different, so it just kind of, like, blew my brain up for a second. And you guys know how, like, my thought train kind of runs away sometimes. So that was a fun little, fun little journey. Like, what if Bakugo had gotten one for all? Wouldn't that be crazy? I don't know. I'm just spitballing now. But anywho, it makes a lot of sense that we would have come to this point with Izuku and Bakugo. On the other hand, I really appreciate them both, and I just want them to get along. I'm like, why do you have to fight? I honestly don't know who's going to win. I can't see either one of them losing. So I'm just going to see what happens. So without further ado, because I have excessively ranted now, I say let's jump in. Next episode, My Hero Academia plus Ultra. Let's do this. I'm like sweating over here. Yeah, like, they weren't gonna get away with this. Not with their quirks. Oh, he's so cute. They're both so freaking cute. Aww. Oh. Oh my God, he's crying. I've never heard him cry. Oh no, don't tell me you've been blaming yourself for that. Do not even tell me. I can't believe he's been carrying that. Hey, this might be the best way to make him feel better too. Oh! 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 Neither do I. I feel like they've pushed each other to get stronger. I feel like that's more Bakugo than it is Izuku. Like, that's more on him for feeling that way. Ooh. Wow. Just wow. Wow. Heck yeah. Oh. 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 They're gonna wreck some buildings and stuff if they're not careful. Oh. Dude, just take the victory.
ただね、その強さに私がかまけていた。抱え込ませてしまった。
Oh my god.
君も少年なのに。
お前一番強い人にレール敷いてもらって負けてんだよ。
Wow. That's like
強くなるよ。
warm and fuzzy for
君
Bakugo.
に勝てるよ。
私が力尽きたのは私の選択だ。さっきも言ったが、君の責任じゃないよ。
I can't believe he's been feeling guilty over that. That just like made my heart break.
じゃあ僕はその上を行く。
Just keep pushing each other,
行かなきゃ
guys.
いけないんだ。だからその敵を超えてけっつってんだろが。いやだからその上を行かないといけない話。
Oh, I love
以
it.
前と違う。
Wow.
ヒーロー仮免許の試験を終えたその晩に
Oh, you guys are in big trouble.
気があって大変よろしい。
Ooh.
相沢君待って、おばくな。
予備動作がでけえ。速度アップしても
Be friends.
ラウンド戦には向かねえ。
Wow. That was such an ep. It did not go how I thought it was going to go. I really couldn't see either one of them losing. I thought maybe it'd be like a stalemate. I didn't know what was going to happen. I was really surprised when Bakugo actually got the upper hand on Izuku. But I guess it does make sense because even he said like he kind of like Izuku got a little emotional in there, and you know, he's mastered One for All so much, but I guess I could still kind of see like Bakugo just having more time with the quirk, maybe like having the upper hand there. I'm not sure. And then Bakugo was like, "Why did you lose? Why did you lose?" And I'm like, "Oh my god, don't tell me like let him win or something." So I don't know. I don't think he let him win, but of course like Bakugo can't just take like, "Oh, I won." He's like, "Wait a minute. Did you let me win?" That's how it felt to me anyway. I thought it was really good. Oh my god, I don't think we have ever heard Bakugo like tear up. That was heartbreaking. It makes sense that he would feel responsible about All Might. I don't know why I wouldn't put that together in my head, but of course, like, being someone who puts such a big value on strength, of course he would feel like he was not strong enough to evade that kidnapping, and that is ultimately what led to All Might, like, having to use up all his power. But, like, we the audience know there was a lot more going on than that, but it makes total sense that Bakugo would feel that way. And it makes sense that that kind of drove everything to a head when it comes to like the way that he kind of like freaked out during the licensing exam. When he just started getting into it, that just broke my heart. There's something about when somebody is kind of, when he doesn't show that side of him as much, the one time he does is so impactful. Really well done. And I've always kind of felt like he has had this idea of Izuku, that like Izuku's kind of like trying to like prod him with like, look at how much stronger I am than you. And like Izuku's never really felt that way. But in a way, like in this up we learned, like, although it's not quite is all about Bakugo as I think he sometimes felt, it has been, you know, their rivalry has been a big push for Izuku. Like in that moment where he said, you know, it's not that I wanted to start using the kind of insults that you use and everything, but in my mind, when I picture winning, I picture you. And it's really cool to see how much they've driven each other, and I am so glad that this got out in the open and that All Might talked to them both and had like this heart-to-heart with Bakugo, and they were able to now come to the understanding that, although I don't think they're going to be like having bestie sleepovers anytime soon, maybe they will, I don't know. I like that they can kind of talk shop and, you know, help each other, you know. Yes, their goal is to one-up each other, but I feel like now it's, like All Might said, it's an actual rivalry. as opposed to what they had before. Wow, great stuff. Just, and that's what I love about the show. It always kind of takes me by surprise, and I just love it. So I guess there's ceremonies happening next. I guess Bakugo, or somebody brought up something. Todoroki brought up something about Bakugo. Like, how are you gonna go and do the makeup licensing exam? Like, that's kind of a good question. How is he going to do that? So we still have a couple things to wrap up, but wow, that was great. That moment between the two of them, and then the moment between the three of them, was so good. And angry Aizawa, like, really, guys, you had to wake up Aizawa in the middle of the night. He looks so tired anyway. That's that much more sleep that he lost because of you two. You think about that while you're being grounded. Great stuff. As I understand, I am in the last couple episodes of season 3 now, which I can't believe. Like, where has the time gone? But I just feel like this has been such an awesome and comprehensive journey. Like, I love that even in this episode, they're calling back to flashbacks we saw back in season 1 and stuff that happened back in season 1. And so it's been such a journey. I can't wait for the next 2 episodes. I can't wait for season 4. I can't wait for more shows that I'm reacting to soon. Thank you guys so much, as always, for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, Plus Ultra!